I'll tell you what, we haven't watched one of these in a while. Right, here we go, guys. We're going to watch Llama Arts. For some reason, I'm not subscribed. I was probably subscribed on Bazamalam, but I'll subscribe on this one as well, because I never use that one. Oh yeah, guys, I need to just say something quick. The last video I done, a lot of people on YouTube will notice that the last video I done was made private, the dashcam one, because it basically said that the last video was all copyrighted. So I thought, okay, we'll just cut it out. It was the last 5 minutes of the video. I was thinking that's a bit annoying, but screw it, we'll cut it out. And then when it came to process, it literally cut out the whole video, and there was only 55 seconds of video left. So I thought, screw it, I'm just gonna private this. Hey, if I watch any videos and they want me to take them down, I'll take them down straight away. You know, I'm respectful like that.
When I was 17 years old. It's been nearly 2 years since my girlfriend broke up with me, and I was very chewed up about it on the inside.
We'll put the captions on for you guys, yeah.
My brother told me to just forget about my ex-girlfriend, and that it was time for me to move on. He introduced me to this app called Tinder, which he said was great for online dating. I was very familiar with online dating, but never actually done any of it, because there was no way.
I've been there, guys. I only just realized that Tinder is called a match on Tinder because it's Tinder. It's a Tinder box. It's a match box. Doesn't matter.
Like hooking up with some random person I met online, but I figured it couldn't hurt to try it out, so I decided to give it a shot. After I finished setting up my account and was done creating my profile, I just started randomly liking a few of the girls that I thought were pretty.
I mean, that's what you do.
Picky. I just wanted to make sure that I found the right girl for me. A few weeks later, I've had already received my first match on Tinder.
Oh.
Her name was Robin. She had blue hair.
Looks like, what's her name? Renona Flower. What is that her name from Scott Pilgrim?
Freckle.
Winona Flower. I forgot what her name is.
Beautiful amethyst purple lips. According to her profile, she had the same interest in the stuff I was in.
Anime, video, games, dogs.
Same age as me. Even better, she lived in the same town as me.
Oh, damn.
By the way, I live in Memphis, Tennessee. We started having a friendly group chat on Tinder, which was
group
well.
chat?
Her message said, "You may not know me, but we went to the same high school." I replied, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yeah. I was always the quiet one at the back of class."
I don't know about that. I remember everyone in my classes, guys.
Anyways,
it's very hard. Even the quiet ones, because you're with them for most of your high school life.
I think you're really
or most of the year. How could you forget them?
We should hang out sometime. I agreed and asked her to where she wanted to hang out, where to meet her, and what time I should be there. She said we'd hang out at her place and meet her at the park tomorrow night at around 9 p.m. I accepted. I got to the park that night at around 9 p.m. sharp. Okay. I didn't call her because I didn't want...
Wait, what? Guys, listen. Particularly women, right? If you're going, right, on a date, okay, with a guy that you haven't really met before, make sure your public meetup, it's a public meetup. It's not in a park somewhere. It's not in a freaking car park at 12 a.m. Always make sure there's people around, just so that you feel safer. Don't go to a secluded location. That's just the weirdest thing you can do. I mean, from a guy's perspective, it's like, oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna get bummed. Well, no, we're not gonna get. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I don't know what I mean. But from a girl's perspective, it can be very scary.
Desperate. Some time passed, and I finally decided to call her to no response. I also tried texting her to no avail as well. It was around 9:30 p.m. There was still no sign of her.
9:30 p.m.
I was beginning to grow impatient. I was starting to think that maybe she wasn't going to show up at all.
Mate, I'll be gone.
I sighed and said,
well, I don't know.
I knew this was too
30 minutes. You've waiting 30 minutes. 30 minutes is quite a long time to be keeping someone waiting, especially, for a date. It's very disrespectful.
To be true. She's not even here yet. Screw it. I'm going home. I can't believe I came out here this late for nothing.
She appears from the bin. I was here the whole time!
So much for online dating.
Turns out she was the bench. I was the bench!
I was about to start my walk home when suddenly I saw a black convertible pull up to my location.
Oh wow.
The car stopped.
Frickin', what's his name? What's the dude who's playing Batman now? Robert Pattinson?
Stopped right in front of me. and the window rolled down, revealing a creepy-looking old man who was probably in his mid-30s. He gazed at me with a weird smile and asked, "You going somewhere, kid?"
Jesus, that's some very volumized hair right there, isn't it?
I responded, "Yeah, I'm just headed home."
It's either Robert Pattinson or the guy from You. What's his name? Joe.
Why I was out there this late, and told him that I was supposed to meet someone, but it seemed like
What's that green mark on his? Why is that?
He said, "Oh, you must be waiting for my daughter." The man, by the name of Jeff, introduced himself to me as Robin's father.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was miming what he's saying right now. I thought he was in the car going, "The man introduced himself as Jeff."
And said that Robin has told him a lot about me.
God.
He told me that Robin couldn't meet me at the park because she remembered that was the night she had to go to a slumber party with her friends, and she forgot to cancel.
Bruh, no.
He told me
Go.
she wouldn't be
Get
home
out there.
until 11 o'clock, and that's when I knew my night was a bust. He apologized and offered to give me a ride home.
No.
I knew it was going to take too long for me to walk, so I accepted.
Ugh.
It was going to be a long drive, but luckily...
That's the thing, guys. If you're manipulative and you're charismatic with it, that's the worst thing. That's why Ted Bundy killed so many people. Because he was a charismatic manipulator. Okay? He had charm about him. And if you've got that and you're a serial killer, it's a very bad combination.
I knew all the shortcuts to my house. I told him where I lived and how to get there as I got into the car.
It's Rides with Strangers, man. When is that game coming out? Jesus Christ, it's been like 5 years, hasn't it? It's actually competing with Yandere Simulator at the minute for the game that's going to come out first.
After a few minutes, I was feeling tired from being out so late, so I closed my eyes for just a few short seconds and dozed off.
Yeah.
Not long afterward, I awoke. Feeling a little drowsy, I rubbed my eyes and realized that I was still in the car.
Wait, they're driving through trees. What the hell? You see that?
Drowsy, I rubbed
Driving
my
through
eyes
trees.
and realized that I was still in the car. I asked the man where we were, as this wasn't the usual route to my house. He said, "Relax, kid. This is a shortcut. We're almost there."
Yeah,
I
shortcut
asked
to
where
my
we were
house.
going, and then he looked at me with some sinister grin on his face and just chuckled. I felt...
I don't know if this is... I feel like the animation style has changed. This feels more gatchy than anything, you know what I mean? I swear it was like a different animation style to this before.
My heart almost explode out of my chest as he did that. I looked down
Or is this like an
and
old
saw
one?
a handgun sticking out of his jacket pocket.
Pick it out.
I put two and two together and realized what was happening. I told him, "Let me out now!" He responded, "No."
No.
Then, he put his foot on the accelerator, speeding up the car. I tried to get out, but he had already put the child lock on. It seemed hopeless. I was trapped.
You silly boy.
There was no way out. To make matters worse, we were driving through a forest area with no cell service.
Oh, brilliant.
Call for help.
Mate, I'll try and reach
Just
for his
had to
gun
get
at this
out.
point.
As soon as the car started to slow down, I stabbed him in his shoulder with a pocket knife that I
Where did you get that from?
found on the floor.
You found on the floor? There was just a pocket knife on the floor, was there?
He screamed in pain as I was
And crashed the car and killed both of you.
able to turn off the child lock, unlock the door, and run as fast as I could into the woods. While I was running, I could hear multiple gunshots being fired at me,
Jesus.
but luckily, not a single one hit me. I never looked back, because I had the fear of
Where the hell is he? It's Aurora Borealis going on in the
them
background.
chasing me at the back of my mind.
This isn't
I
freaking...
dove behind
Where did he say it was? Memphis.
the tree and
Memphis.
hid under a bush. I heard the man yelling,
You can't hide from me! I will find you!
I covered my
You can imagine like a couple dogging out there in the woods. Fucking hell, love, quickly go!
mouth with my hands and held my breath, trying not to make a sound.
Oh, God.
Everything was silent for a while, until I saw the man was looking for me with a flashlight. He flashed it past me multiple times. When I heard his footsteps going deeper into the woods, that's when I knew the coast was clear. I ran, using the flashlight on my
Why are you using your flashlight, bro? That's just a target indicator. The guy's just going to be following the light source.
phone to
Just run into trees, knock yourself out. It's all
help
good.
navigate me through the dark and scary woods. In hindsight, I knew that was a stupid move considering the situation. I could hear the leaves crunching and the twigs snapping as I ran, which would also easily give away.
Hide in a tree. Well, freaking what's her name from the Hunger Games?
When the crunching and snapping got louder, I looked behind me and my heart dropped when I saw that the man was chasing me. I ran.
Turn your freaking flashlight off,
fast as I could,
man.
with the man hot on my tail, firing every single last live round he
You're lucky you're being stalked by a stormtrooper right now, mate.
had in his gun. But thankfully, the shots missed again.
God damn it.
There's nowhere for you to hide.
He said. I thought I was going to die, until I heard the man trip over something, and I was able to get away
From a
unharmed.
Benny Hill.
I kept running until I was out of the woods and back onto
What's
the
that?
road.
That you know that freaking animated cartoon sound? That whoop, 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 whoop sound. That's all he heard behind him.
Behind me.
That's how Drake falls over, guys.
Then he was nowhere to be seen, which means I lost him. I sighed in relief, and then I saw a red car driving down the road. I was able to wave it down and told
It was his
the
brother.
driver that I was kidnapped and almost killed by some.
Well, it's
crazy
gonna happen again.
It
Oh, it's
took
a woman.
a lot of begging, but the driver finally gave me a ride to the police station, and I told the cops everything.
This dude looks like Jonah from the series Dark. Have you guys ever watched that before?
Unfortunately, I didn't get the man's tag number, but I gave the police a clear description. After the police had run a search, they told me that he didn't even have a daughter, and that they've been trying to catch this guy for months. As it turns out,
Wait, he
he's
didn't
been
have a daughter? God damn it! So got kidnapped for no reason.
wanted in several countries for the kidnappings of multiple teenagers and young men.
Multiple,
How I
oh,
managed to escape
countries?
him is a miracle. The officers kindly gave me a ride home, and I didn't tell anyone what happened except my brother.
And the whole
The
internet.
man was never found, nor was he ever caught, and they say he's still out there, even to this day, which scares me the most. What's even worse is that I stupidly gave him my address, so who knows if he might try to kidnap me again.
What? Listen, it's Tinder rules, right? Don't give out your address, okay? Give out a street close to your address, right? Then watch them walk past, see if they're a catfish, and run if they are. Okay?
Needless to
Easy.
say, my days of using Tinder weren't over after that. The whole incident just made me a lot more cautious from there on out.
Well, I mean, that was something.
Thanks to Shudder for sponsoring this video.
So if you guys don't know, Shudder is like Netflix, but just horrors. It's pretty good. But yeah, that was a good ass thing. Let's give it a like, hey. I don't like how you can't see the dislikes anymore. That's a little bit weird. I feel like that needs to be worked on. But yeah, go subscribe to Lamrats, guys. It's a good story. I liked it.